Shikimori is not just a cutie. Episode 2 blends Komi, Shoko, and Kitagawa Marin. Press X to doubt. Shikimori's not just a cutie. Izumi's biggest weakness becomes everyone's problem, including mine. It's part of my problem with the show. It's not good. He's not a great character. It's not good. Not fantastic. So, comp high, and we'll dive into these articles. All right, our goal here is to see, can they convince me to watch this show? Will they convince me that they are indeed okay show? We're going to start out with how Shikimori is blending Komi and Marin. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know if you can convince me of that. I don't foresee it being... I don't see it happening. I don't see it coming to fruition. However, Shikimori is the best part of the show, and I think the idea of following someone around who wants to pretend to be cute, or wants to be cute but is sort of cool, has those manly traits. I like that idea in the character and how they could struggle with that. I'd like to focus on that struggle. So I think this first article is the one that's going to really help us as far as get us into that mindset, and we will see. We will see if it can convince me that this is going to be a good show. Following contains spoilers for episode 2 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Wind and Cloud, Ball Sports Tournament. Ball Sports is what I call things. The spring 2022 anime lineup is off to a strong start with shows such as Kaguya-sama Love is War, which you love if you already love Kaguya-sama, Spy Family, and there is a lot of competition. To see who will become the season's best girl, so far, characters like the telepathic Anya Forger and Shinomiya Kaguya are in the lead. But episode 2 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie helps keep its titular lead in the running. Anime fans might not have anticipated Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie as much as the aforementioned titles. Are you kidding me? I saw so many things online that were like, watch out, here she comes, she's gonna be the next Marin, look out, here comes Kitagawa, but she's gonna do great. Get out of here. The internet was awash with that. But episode 2 helps establish Shikimori as a lovable blend of My Dress Up Darling's energetic Kitagawa Marin and the ultra-popular Komi Shoko from Komi Can't Communicate, which could go a long way towards making her spring 2022's best girl. I hope you prove it, because all that episode did was show me that Ding Dong has even less power in this world, as awful things happen to him through his bad luck. That's all I saw. We knew she'd be good. We know she's good at things, so of course she's going to be fantastic at sports ball game. Episode 2 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie makes it clear that while the amusingly clumsy Izumi, that's one way to put it, he's not amusing because we don't know why he's so clumsy. And he's not clumsy. He literally got hit by a ball, and then stuff just happens to him. He's not clumsy specifically. Yes, he has tripped. Yes, he has fallen. Yes, we have seen him be what we would call clumsy. However, outside forces are doing work to this guy, and we don't know why, and it's not explained. It's his girlfriend Shikimori who truly stands in the spotlight. The show's named after her. Of course she's the spotlight. Who else would be the spotlight except for the person that you're literally naming in the title of your show? Komi Can't Communicate. Komi's the spotlight. My Dress Up Darling. She is the darling who is dressing up. Why would she not be... Why would she not be the spotlight? Especially when the school sports festival launches. Izumi can't make a single kick in soccer, while Shikimori becomes the star of girls volleyball, and all her fellow students adore and praise her as a seemingly perfect athlete and classmate. Izumi only gets a bit of secondhand adoration in the process. Hey, nice job getting smashed in the face. Good job, you did it. Something happened to you. Who cares? But I like the idea of her if he did nothing and had no clumsiness, but she was struggling with the idea that things she do looks too cute or too cool, and she wants to be cute, that's one thing. He shows up, she's playing volleyball, he's like, go, you can do it, and she puts her hair back and gets all cool, and he's like, kakui, she looks cool, and that's sort of the struggle, is she doesn't want to look cool, and so she's sort of struggling at the game while doing good at the game, but she could do better because she doesn't want to look too cool. And then he comes in and he's like, hey, nice job, you can do it. And she's like, yeah, I am gonna put on like my hair in a back and turn into that prince that everybody's watching, and she just dominates the game. Like, all right, cool, we got it. We don't need him to be such a like, oh, I broke my arm because a rock fell out of the sky and hit me. Like, who cares? Get out of here. Just be a person. Like, why do we have this bad luck? I still don't get it. It is common in modern anime to involve a highly capable, charismatic, and prominent female character in shows of all genres, which means fans have more picks for best girl than ever before. It's a flattering trend that helps distance itself from the series whose female characters are simply token love interests, fan service providers, or damsels in distress. Since when? Wait, okay, hold on. Modern anime? Come on, let's go back. Let's talk for a second. One of my earliest anime memories is Slayers, where we have the capable and cool Lena inverse. She's awesome, she's amazing, and she runs the show, and she's the greatest like sorceress, and Slayers is all about Lena and following Lena around, and she's awesome and cool and really strong and all that. Evangelion, everybody's broken, but the one who's like cool and in charge is Asuka. We talked about this a little bit yesterday when I was ranting about the difference of this show. Best girls have been a thing in anime for years. Like, yeah, you can say that like Sailor Moon is girly, but she's still saving the dang world. Like, she's still making sure that everybody is gonna be okay at the end of the day. Like, she's in charge, she's controlling that. Ghost of the Shell, okay, she's a robot. So what? We're talking about the fact that like, physicality is not really that important because they're robots, but it is, because specifically in the original Ghost in the Shell, they call out, why don't you trade in that female suit for a male one? It's stronger. And then she kicks Bato's butt in that scene. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. She knows how to use this female body. She can make it do what she needs it to. And that's going to be part of her character, is using the weaker suit, but also she's very strong and capable. So in modern anime, as in the modern era of the last 50 years, sure. But learn that something occurs more often than just in the past week for you. Fans want anime girls who can stand on their own, and even if episode 2 can't single-handedly make Shikimori spring 2022's best girl, it does a lot to prove why fans should keep her on their radar as the season continues. Best girl's Desumi. Just is. She is trying to conquer the world, destroy the world, and she's cute and adorable, and she's learning what love is like, and she's got the little pouty face going on already. Like, we've got all the signs of a good best girl in Desumi. Not only is Shikimori admirable and impressive in her own right, but she also should appeal to fans of other recent best girls, including the aforementioned Dandere Komi Shoko, and the lively Marin from My Dress Up Darling. Komi, I'm not as big a fan of Komi. The whole I don't speak a lot is not something that I connect with very well. I find it hard to communicate with people if they aren't able to communicate back to me, and you can't, you ask them a question, you get a or something. I like to get to know people and get them to crack open and get them to start talking about what they enjoy and what they like. So I find it hard to really get behind Komi. However, Marin, fantastic. Marin, I could meet, I could talk with her. We could break open into anime. We could talk about cosplay. She would crack and she would then speak and she would be enjoyable about all that stuff. I don't know a dang thing that Shikimori enjoys or likes or is into or anything like that. I have no idea what she's passionate about. We know she wants to be cute to some extent. We know that people think she is cool, but we don't know what she's passionate about. We don't know what she's interested in. And the appeal of Marin, of Komi, were their passions, were what they were excited about. Komi was excited about making friends, even though she was bad at it. Marin was excited about cosplaying because that's what she loves, even though she was bad at it. Like, that's literally, they have that same thing. So, like, what is Shikimori passionate about that she's also bad at? She's passionate about being cute. She's not trying to be cute. She's passionate about protecting Izumi. Okay, but why does he need protecting? Why is he a thing that bad things are always happening to? Why does that happen? So we need more. We need more before you start comparing her to those two, all right? This is clickbait the article is what this is. All these characters are effectively the protagonists of their own stories. Of course they are. Komi-san can't communicate. Komi is the protagonist. Marin from Dress Up Darling. Marin's the protagonist. That's literally the point, is that they are the protagonists of their shows. Even if their narrators are their male friends, such as Izumi and Tadano. How often is the narrator the main character? Now, sometimes you'll hear the narrator's inner monologue, but a true narrator will typically be a third party, a detached voice. Grandpa reading a bedtime story, someone doing the framing of things. That's when I first met her. You get they're talking about things. Even if you want to get as like sort of mind bendy as like Fight Club, like the main character is the narrator, but it's really about Brad Pitt's character. And I'm spacing on the name of them from the book. But the narrators doesn't make them a main character. Get out of here just because you hear their voice more. And they all have a few things in common. Anyone who enjoyed meeting Komi or Marin is sure to like Shikimori too. Maybe. I don't see what we would talk about. Shikimori has the charisma and popularity of Komi and knows how to handle all the adoration she receives with grace and finesse. Did you watch Komi-san? Komi is not charismatic technically. Like she's not very good at getting talking to people and getting them to become friends. Everybody just worships her. Right? So I could see that as a popularity scale, but which is a major factor in her favor. She also shares Marin's enthusiasm, proactive mindset, and relationship goals connection with Izumi. Like Marin, Shikimori establishes herself as the ideal girlfriend, a kind, protective, energetic girl who respects and supports her partner, who in turn respects her as an equal. Not really? I mean, Marin's enthusiastic about cosplay. Is a proactive mindset about the next con, the next thing. She has a relationship goal because this guy she met who is helping her with this is really fun and cute and interesting to be around, and she likes that. So her relationship goal builds from her enthusiasm and proactive, like her enjoyments, her passions, right? And here we have Shikimori. What is she enthusiastic about? What is she really excited about? What we've seen Shikimori do is play volleyball and not get serious until her boyfriend shows up. We've seen her protect him from stuff and do crazy taekwondo kicks to save him from things, right? We haven't seen her be passionate or excited about anything. Even when they played bowling, like she did well, but we don't know why or how or anything like that. Many anime fans might agree that My Dress Up Darlings Marin and Gojo were the ideal couple in the making, and just 2 episodes in, Shikimori's not just cutie suggests Shikimori can rival Marin at her own game and possibly even surpass her, even if she fails to become Spring 2022's best girl. She just might take the best girlfriend title. All right, Louis Kemner, you've got 4,000 articles, and you've been a fan of Japanese animation since 1997. I have some direct criticisms here. I have made it very clear what I think of Marin and Gojo as the ideal couple because they both have their separate passions. Marin is all about cosplay and anime. She really likes the games she plays. She really wants to dress up as these characters because she loves them so much, but she's bad at that. Gojo really wants to make dolls, really wants to make these things that his grandpa makes, and he wants to be a craftsman in that sense. And he's grown the skills that will allow him to help Marin with her craft, with cosplay. And so they get together through that, and they become a cute couple because now they're interacting intimately with building the costumes together, doing the makeup together, all that kind of stuff builds the relationship. Shikimori has no passion that we're aware of other than being a girlfriend. Like, we have no idea what she's interested in, what she wants to do, what she thinks is fun. All we know is that she likes this guy. And this guy, it just has bad luck. That's all he is. That's all his character is. That's all we get is bad luck Brian over here. Baseball flying in the window. Best friend had to save him. Oh my goodness. How can you have watched anime since 1997? In 1997, I was 7. When I was 7, I had seen Power Rangers. We were just getting into Slayers, I believe, at the time. Evangelion was right around the corner. We had some of those older movies like the Akiras and things that I saw. Some censored versions of that my dad would just fast forward through the scenes he thought were too graphic. I was getting into Guyver. We were watching these shows, and I was 7, and I can tell you, like I did earlier, about all of these powerful female characters. And you're writing an article in 2022 as though powerful female characters in anime are a new thing. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Powerful female characters have run anime since the beginning. And manga and anime have had powerful female writers and directors for a long time. So, woo, I don't know where you come with those kind of article writing skills. But I came prepared. I came prepared to rage double. And maybe I'll actually rage. Maybe I'll actually get there. Another one by our same friend, Louis Kemner. This one 15 hours ago. The last one was 3 hours ago. This one's 15. Hot off the presses. Shikimori is not just a cutie. Izumi's biggest weakness becomes everyone's problem. How can they be new? They wrote in their bio that they've been watching and a fan since 1997. It says, Louis Kemner has been a fan of Japanese animation since 1997, when he discovered Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z in elementary school. Now he's a bigger anime manga fan than ever and is ready to share what he knows with readers worldwide. He graduated high school in 2009. We're the same age. Louis Kemner and I both graduated in 2009 and received his bachelor's in creative writing from UMKC in 2013, put his skills to work in 2019 with CBR. He's always looking for a wonderful new anime to watch or seasons to read. The following contains spoilers for episode 2 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Wind and Clouds Ball Sports Tournament, now streaming on Crunchyroll. Let's overthrow him. I think that's what I found these articles because I was so confused why people were loving Shikimori, and then you've got two people on two sides of this thing, right? People love Shikimori, and they're like, this is great. We reversed the gender roles. It's fantastic. She's the cool guy, and he's the weak girl, and they're taking the feminine, masculine, and swapping them amongst the characters. Then you have the I don't like him. Wait, hold on. I need a better. Simp! I don't like him because he's a girl. He get all feminine. Goddamn simp on my... Oh, I'm spat everywhere. I spat everywhere because I'm so mad at them simps. I don't like Izumi. He's a dang simp. So you have you have these two sides, right, that you find online. And the problem is they're both saying the wrong thing. They're both saying, like, past each other. These people that are like, oh, this is fantastic. This is great. We haven't seen this before. It's like, yeah, we've seen this lots of times. They're like, oh, well, you just are a woman hater. And it's like, not really. Quite like women, actually. And then you got these what do you call them? Bras? Brah. Yeah, it's not the worst show ever, but, maybe we get a little more creative than just saying he's a simp. No, he's a simp! Okay, maybe all right. Well, if that's what you think, I guess. But the problem is it's there's real things to be upset with this show about. There just are. And every time I comment that, it just disappears into whatever void of ignoring they want it to fall into. It's like, man, maybe we could be critical in a way that makes our shows good, as opposed to being hating or absolutely loving. Because if you absolutely love something, they're never going to improve. And if you absolutely hate something for no reason, no good reason, then they don't know how to improve. So I'm almost halfway done. I haven't even started the second article. Shikimori is not just a cutie is a brand new anime of spring 2022 season, joining the ranks of countless high school comedy series to provide some easy viewing for casual fans. This includes a variety of familiar tropes, some of which are subverted, such as the cute, clumsy girl idea. Instead, Shikimori actually stars a cute, clumsy boy alongside a titular lead. Already. Cute, clumsy. Cute, clumsy is the trope. This is Japan. Cute, clumsy is the trope, not cute, clumsy girl. Yes, there are cute, clumsy girls. There's also cute, clumsy guys in plenty of anime. Tenchi Muyo is a cute, clumsy guy. That's his entire character, is like he falls into all these things, but he has these different skills that allow him to move on and propel a story. So like his main thing is that he's clumsy, and that's how clumsy is just a trait in Japan. Like when that's all you're about, then it's a bad character. But if you're that and you do something else, then you're an okay character. This formed the basis of episode 1, where Shikimori made it her mission to shield her gentle boyfriend, Izumi, from the hazards of his daily life. But his clumsiness reaches new heights in episode 2, and not even Shikimori can always be there to help. Izumi finds himself in big trouble, and fast. Episode 2, well, I mean, how many people are reading CBR articles on anime? Let's be honest about this. I don't know. I think I found this just because the algorithm was like, hey, you've been talking some mad shit about Shikimori. Look at this article. Look at this one. I don't know how many other people are in that same boat. Episode 2 depicts a familiar scene for most anime fans, a series of sport tournaments, including intense soccer, volleyball, and basketball games all day across the school's campus. Shikimori shines brightly during a volleyball game, but watches with dismay as her clumsy boyfriend fumbles with the boys' soccer game and gets himself hurt. Doesn't get himself hurt, gets hurt. Gets destroyed by the soccer ball. He did not hurt himself. Izumi can't do a thing for his class and knows that he's hopeless at sports. Later, he even needs Shikimori to protect him from falling down a flight of stairs. These scenes build on episode 1's themes by firmly establishing Izumi as a gentle and sweet shonen male lead, from his poor sports performance to his meek personality and dependence on Shikimori. This gives Izumi some obvious weaknesses to work on in future episodes, but at least his relationship to Shikimori appears healthy, similar to that of Gojo and Marin from My Dress Up Darling. But unlike Gojo, poor Izumi has some serious problems on his hands, and not just his terrible soccer performance. I talked about this before. I've written about this before. If your relationship is, I have bad luck and I get hurt by things, and the other person says, I am strong person, I protect, that's not healthy. That's not a good relationship. That's a dependency relationship. That's the definition of problematic when it comes to relationships. Typically, we'll see dependency in that sort of provider and provided for relationship dynamic, where that can become unhealthy if it's done improperly. But when it's direct like this, where the only relationship connection they have is you need protection and I'm going to protect you, that makes you a bad relationship. Just because you're not mean, just because you're not being rude, doesn't make it good. Parasitic, exactly. It's a parasitic relationship. His entire life is supported on the fact that she will protect him. For now, Izumi's outrageous clumsiness serves as comic relief and token character development for Shikimori's not just a cutie. But based on episode 2's events, trouble may be brewing under the surface. His clumsiness isn't just a visual gag. It becomes a real problem for him and his friends. His pal, Inuzuka, suffers repeated blows shielding Izumi from harm, and he's clearly growing tired of this issue. It puts an amusing but substantial strain on their friendship, and may make it difficult for his Izumi to keep any friends. It also becomes Shikimori's problem. Even if she is agile enough to shield Izumi without getting hurt, she feels hurt that he recently started going home with Inuzuka instead of her for protection, as he didn't want to keep being a burden to his girlfriend. This inspires some yandere-esque possessive feelings in Shikimori, who can't stand the sight of Izumi being happier with someone else than he is with her. Oh, so so the caretaker, the protector, is now having possessive feelings for the other person. Again, I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's good. The two quickly clear up this misunderstanding, but Izumi's clumsiness is already sorely testing two of his rather few relationships. If it weren't for Shikimori's cute rom-com tone, things could have been much worse. Clearly, something needs to change for Izumi to achieve substantial character growth moving forward. Even if he doesn't alienate Inuzuka or Shikimori with his flat-footed antics, he might end up losing his audience instead, meaning Shikimori's narrative is just as clumsy as he is, and that can never be a good thing. Oh, you learned! Why? How did you regress? How did you regress, Louis? This article was 15 hours ago. The other one we read was like 3 hours ago. How did you regress? You understand a little bit here. This last line. Shikimori's narrative is just as clumsy as he is because the entire narrative is based on the two of them, one needing protection and one being a protector. Their narrative is as bad as their relationship because their relationship is all it is to the narrative. We don't have anything else that we're going to watch about all this thing. Holy crap. I still don't get all of the people that are defending this show. So we have two different people that have written articles about this show, about how it's like Gojo and Marin, about how it's a good relationship, and it's not, and it's not. So what do they see that I don't see? Because part of my problem is that in these articles, in the tweets, in the when people are talking about Shikimori, when people are saying, "Oh, this is great. You're a misogynist if you think this isn't good. You're not paying attention." Like all of these things that I'm reading and I'm looking at, I'm like, but what is good about this? The last article we read yesterday specifically said Marin likes cosplay, Gojo likes dolls, Shikimori is strong and wants to be cute, and then it didn't even mention Izumi. So like, they're not even mentioning the character to tell me what the character is interested in or about, or what I should even care about them for. Like, how and why would I give a crap if you can't even tell me what the character is about or how the character is about? Like, I don't get it. I can tell you anything about a lot of the characters that I think are fantastic because they're complex characters built on things. They have passions, they have goals, they have things they're interested in, and it progresses the plot. And if they don't, like, it's not important to the show. And it's not like let's take the Demon Lord reborn as a typical human. Demon Lord reborns himself, reincarnates himself as an average human. He averages himself in his current world, but when he gets reborn, of course, the average of the past is stronger than the strongest today. And so he's stupidly OP, of course. His motivation is that he wanted to be average so that he could make friends and have a normal life. He didn't want to be this superpowered god demon. And so he's sort of falling into that because he has all the power from the reincarnation, but he still is focusing on, like, I want to make friends and I want to have a more normal life. And so it's interesting. It's a motivation. It's something that he's got, something that he's like pursuing. He's got friends, and so far we don't know too much about the friends, but the friends' motivations are, we have the first one that was an elf girl who was teased for being the son of this guy or the daughter of this guy, that she's really powerful. And so like her life, she's been bullied, and so she wants to make friends, but she can't because she's in a position of power and other people won't approach her, right? So they immediately hit it off because they have that same connection of both being powerful, even though he's light years above her and as far as power goes. They both have that motivation. They get another friend who's getting bullied because of her specific, she's a succubus, right? So she has these make people fall for me powers, and she gets teased or bullied because people think she's using those powers to try to manipulate people. And so finding people that don't worry about that. Now she's found a friend group where she can be friends with people and they're not looking at that specifically. Like that is a popcorn harem anime. It is silly. It is stupid. You can guess what's going to happen coming up in the next episode every time. You can look at a scene and you'll be like, oh, well, he's just going to, they set a trap for him. It's not going to work because he's too overpowered. They're going to think he's going to die, and he's not going to die, and he's going to win, right? Like, that's every episode is going to be. That every single one is going to be like that. Oh, he's going to meet somebody. They're going to have a problem. They're going to become friends, and then they're going to be a part of the harem group, right? That's just, I know how the show is going to go. I've seen it 1,000 times. It's stupid. It's silly. I love it. It's fantastic. It is it's not important. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to make you new or excited about anything. But I can tell you motivations of all the characters, right? I can tell you why the characters do what they do. I can tell you what the characters are interested in. We don't get that. We don't have that with Shikimori. We don't have that at all. We don't even have a hint of it, right? Like it's just not there. There's nothing there that says that this is going to be a deeper or more interesting story or something that we should watch or have to watch or would be important to add to our rotation or anything like that. So I just don't see it. Bill, definitely catch up because I'd like to talk with you more about the actual relationship dynamic that we see growing. We talked a little bit about its parasiticness, but if we can get more of the technical details on that, I'd love to bring you on so we can get a little bit deeper with that. But that's gonna be it for me for tonight. What in the world? You know what this is gonna do? Me looking at the anime community is going to really make me feel like Grandpa Otaku over here, who's like, back in my day, we had Sailor Moon and Slayers, and they were powerful women, and we thought Misato was the greatest, and Guyver lost all the humans to the Zoanoids, and the Gundam was a movie. I feel like I'm gonna end up building the community of like 30 plus anime fans who are like, yeah, no, you're right. This isn't what the thing is like. And I'm gonna have that's what our escape corner is gonna end up being. That it'll be all the all of us who are used to anime, who remember anime, who have seen a lot of it, who enjoy it, who have the popcorn anime feels, who can watch a show and be like, yeah, no, that I've seen this one before. It's not great, or I've seen this one before. It's gonna be fantastic, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where this community goes. And I will see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on these videos. Kanpai.